Good morning and welcome to another short devotional for Black Rock Baptist Church and also Morristown Baptist Church. I want to speak to you this morning about the truth that God can handle your honesty. Maybe you've just had an awful setback. Maybe you've lost your job, you've ended a relationship, you've failed in some way. What do you do next? Do you just grin and bear it? Do you tell God what you think God wants to hear? No, the first thing you should do is tell God how you actually feel. Unload your pain. Did you know that when you're honest with God about your emotions, it's actually an act of worship? Job is a great example of this. Job loses everything. He loses his family, his livestock, his home, his wealth. But the Bible doesn't sugarcoat Job's response. Job chapter 1 verse 20 says, Job stood up and tore his robe in grief. Then he shaved his head and fell to the ground to worship. Job grieved the way people did in the Middle East back in his day, by tearing his robe and shaving his head. But then he worshiped God. Anytime you experience a loss in your life, you will face four emotions. There's the emotion of anger. Why did this happen to me? I'm a good person. It shouldn't happen. There's the emotion of grief. Look at what I've lost. Look at what I don't have anymore. There's the emotion of shock. What's going on here? This isn't fair. And there's the emotion of fear. What's going to happen now? What's going to happen next? When you experience a setback, you need to express every one of those emotions. And God can handle them because He's the one that gave us emotions. In fact, the only reason you have any emotions at all is because you are made in the image of God. God is an emotional God. He has emotions. He can handle your anger and your grief and your shock and your fear. He can handle that. Job was brutally honest with God. And you could be brutally honest as well. Job said in Job chapter 7, verse 11, I cannot keep from speaking. I must express my anguish. My bitter soul must complain. The right response to a setback isn't to fake a good response. God never wants you to fake an emotion. One of the most difficult setbacks in the entire Bible was after Jerusalem had been looted and destroyed, and the Israelites had been killed and enslaved and exiled. The prophet Jeremiah writes this in Lamentations chapter 2, verse 19. Rise during the night, he tells them, and cry out. Pour out your hearts like water to the Lord. With God, honesty is always the best policy. God can handle your honesty. God bless. Have a wonderful day. And until we meet again, let's continue to exchange prayers daily.